Flying Pigeon or Eka Pada Galavasana. Let's work towards it. Hips width apart, find your footing, lift your toes up and start putting them down one by one, starting with the pinky toe all the way to the big toe. When you find your steadiness, bend into your knees and float your arms up into chair pose. Start pumping your fists here to get a wrist warm up as well. Straighten out up onto your tippy toes and start pumping those fists behind your back. Breathe in, chair pose. Keep on warming those wrists. Up again on tippy toes, arms behind you. Strong legs, use your glutes and bend into a chair pose. Quicker now, up into your toes and then down into a deeper chair pose, reaching straight ahead in front of you. Up last time, and this time down. Can you go all the way down to 90 degrees, really reaching forward, using your legs, using your abs, staying here. Breathe in, breathe out, fold over your legs. With thumb and peace fingers, grab your big toes, lengthen your back forward, halfway lift, breathe in, breathe out, forward fold. Keeping that grip on your toes, bend into a squat. And straighten out with your breath. Bend down, deep squat, keeping the toe hold, and up into forward fold. Keep this movement up with your breath at your pace, slowly warming our bodies for the peak pose. Release the grip of your toes and dangle here in ragdoll. Maybe you move one leg from bent to straight, elongating your breathing. Hands to the mat, halfway lift. Pada Hastasana, palms facing up, hands underneath your feet. Your knees are bent to the degree that you feel is good in your body. Can you take those toes up towards your wrist to feel the pressure here? Little weight toe side. Engage your upper thighs and your core. Breathe in, halfway lift, and carefully release your arms. Roll up to a stand. Head is the last thing up. Take a breath, find your footing. Weight on right foot, lift your left knee as you float your arms up, straight up. Twist towards that bent knee using your core. Arms are strong, reaching out to the side. Maybe you look over your left hand. Leaning forward, getting into floating half moon, not really touching the ground. Lifting that leg up, using your glutes. Strong standing leg. If you wobble, that's fine. Remember your breath. Grazing the ground, getting up to that twisted balance again. Rotating towards the bent leg. And again, leaning forward, hip opens up. Maybe you touch down to the ground this time in half moon. Straighten that floating leg, straighten that standing leg, and breathe. Can you feel light as you take a big step back into peaceful warrior? Lower body is grounded and strong, and upper body is reaching up. If it feels good, lift up onto your bent legs, tippy toes. Get more space for air. Breathe in and face the long edge of the mat. Arms float up again. Lean back, engage your glutes, star, and fold from your hips. Wide-legged forward fold just for a second. Hip flexor work. Halfway lift. Point your right toes out and get into Skandasana. We'll keep on warming those wrists as we open the hips. So circle them around, palms facing, and then upside of hands facing each other, round, and point that straight legs foot up. Short amount of time, we do everything we can at once here, and we move into the left side, the same. circling those wrists and opening those hips. Without using your hands, maybe you get up to the other side Skandasana again. And quicker now, move to the other side. Breathing with your movement from side to side at your pace. Opening up. Breathe in, halfway lift at the center. And breathe out, wide-legged forward fold again. Maybe you can get a little bit deeper, taking your hands in between your legs to the other side of the mat. Lifting those kneecaps up to use your legs to fold your upper body down. Hands are barely touching the ground. Try out some positions of your feet here, pointing them out to maybe get another type of rotation in your hips. Feel what you need to feel to open up for the peak pose later. And then pigeon toe them. Get them in. That will also change the rotation. If you feel like it, you could grab your ankles and fold deeper. But we want the core and the upper thighs to do most of the work here. Release, halfway lift. Move your hands forward like you're in a super wide-legged downward facing dog. Get a stretch through your spine. And then reach that right arm in between, grabbing the left ankle, twisting. Wringing out the spine. Bend into your right knee and straighten out a couple of times. Breathing deeply. Other side, same thing. Grabbing your right leg and twisting. Release the neck here. And then start to bend into your left leg and straightening it out at your pace with your body. Center, halfway lift. Weight on hands and right leg. Get your left knee down, so your tabletop, right leg extended. On your fingertip, cat and cow here. And focus on the pelvis moving and that right hip. Breathe in, arch your back, and breathe out, dome it into cat. Try to lift those right toes up to get even more external rotation through that right leg as you move your pelvis and your spine at your pace, feeling every little sensation. Up to the middle, wide-legged forward fold, and then change side so your left leg is extended. Cat and cow, same thing here. How does it feel in your hip? Really using those big movements to get into the left joint of the hip. Pointing those toes up to get even more rotation. How does that change for you? How does it feel? Getting up to center and then pointing your left toes out, warrior two stance, and we move into that peaceful warrior on the other side. If you like the feeling, get up on your tippy toes and your bent leg. Lean back, breathe in. Take a moment to just feel the expansiveness here. Okay, from here, big step forward this time. Floating half moon on your left leg standing. Point those lifted toes. Balance. Reach through a straight back leg. And then up into a twisted balance here with your right knee into your chest. Maybe you look up towards your right arm behind you. Big strong core work here. And then grazing the ground, half moon, touching or not touching the ground. Big balance, strong legs, open chest. Sweep that lifted leg down and up into your chest with the knee. twisting for a couple of breaths. Fill your lungs, and then windmill arms back to standing, hips width, and bend into your knees. Arms float up, chair pose, deep breath in, hands to heart, Tadasana. Heel toe your feet together. Breathe in, fill up, arms up, Urdhva Hasta. And we'll do a sun salute, folding down on your exhale. Halfway lift, fill up with air. Chaturanga Dandasana. Back bend of your choice. And then get down to laying on your belly. Arms rest beside you, palms facing up. Use your hamstring and glutes and lift your legs straight up. Half locust. Engaging those legs. Point the toes and reach them behind you. Option to add the arms straight in front of you. If you do, reach from one end of the mat to the other end. Releasing arms and start pulsing those legs up. Keep them straight, keep them straight. Legs down, hands towards your lower ribs. If you wish to a back bend, maybe an up dog, before we meet in downward facing dog. Move in a way that you like or stay in stillness, taking a brief little pause here before we lift that right leg straight up behind us. Bend at the knee, open that hip. Heel towards the glute and start circling big as you can, using that glute. Be pulsing up there. And knee out to the side, taking a tiny step just in front of your left leg. Now change sides and rotate that lifted left leg and just a tiny little step in front of the right. Get up to fingertips and tippy toes and walk to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, and exhale, forward fold. Mindfully rise up to standing, taking that left knee with you up into balance on your right foot. Open the left hip out, flex your foot and place it above your standing leg's knee. Bend from the hip, opening up that left hip joint. We're getting ready for flying pigeon. So if you want to pause the video and work on your own pace, do that. Stay here, open up. Or get your hands to the mat. Snuggle that left shin as close to your armpits as you can get it. Lean forward, hips up. Maybe you balance for a second and maybe you straighten that leg out behind you. No worries if you don't. I fell during this video, but I edited it out. And then we move back into a downward facing dog and contemplate, how did that go? It's okay. You can pause and try again. Or, the most advanced thing we can do sometimes is just be okay with working on things, not being perfect. Or you stretch your wrists out here in downward facing dog. Okay, breathe and get ready for the other side. Left leg up behind you. Open up that hip and do those big circles to really get into the joint before we work it hard. Tiny step in front of the other foot and lift the right leg up, doing the same. Circle around, move it out to the side and place it just in front of the foot. Getting up to fingertips and tippy toes in your way. Halfway lift at the front. Breathe out, fold, and then rise up with your right knee up into your chest. Feel the length before we get into figure four. Folding over. Open that joint. And again, one more time, pause the video, or when you're ready, move your hands towards the floor, snuggle that leg high up on your upper arms, flexing the right foot, hugging the left tricep can help too. Lean forward more than you probably want to. Dome your upper back and maybe get lift off. Fingertips grip the ground. And then release. Shake it out. Downward facing dog. And take a pause. Feel around. How's your body feeling? Did you get lift off or not? Tell me. Slowly get down to sit on your heels or in any comfortable position for you. Close your eyes. Mini meditation here before we stretch out. Well done for taking this time for you. Take a deep breath, maybe the deepest one yet. And then move your left foot outside of your hands into a lunge, releasing the thought of breathing here, melting your hip down just to get the stretch. Those legs worked hard. You can grab that back foot or move around in a way that feels good for your body right now after that quite vigorous, short but intense flow. Hands down through wide legs. Switch to the other side. Same thing here. Stretching those deep hip flexors and leg here. And maybe we can think about Vairagyam, the concept of non-attachment in yoga. So no matter how that peak pose went, no matter how we feel that we maybe should use this short time we had on our mats, can we be okay with what we did? I'm proud. Release the foot if you grabbed it. One last vinyasa for those who wish, or rest on your back. We all meet seated on our hips, rolling down to lay on our backs. Lengthen your body in a way that feels good. Maybe you windshield wiper your legs to get some internal rotation as well. And when you're ready, take your resting pose. For a lot of people, it will feel nice to get your feet wider than the mat and your legs knocking together. One hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Release your neck, your shoulders, melt into the earth. Thank you for practicing with me today. I urge you to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you have time for today. Om Shanti. I'll see you next time.